So, some basic kicks that we do. Not all of our kicks, but the basic ones. Front kick, roundhouse kick, side kick, and crescent kicks. Let's just stick with those. A front kick, the person's in front of us. I want to use the ball of my foot, so I point my foot at the person, and I pull just my toes back. Not my whole foot back, just my toes. So I'm using the ball of the foot, pushing into someone, snapping in, bam, and then bringing it back. Front kick uses the ball of the foot, hands stay up, okay, with whichever leg you're doing. It can be the front leg, it can be the back leg. If it's the ball of the foot pushing straight out, snapping out in front of you, it's a front kick. Roundhouse kick comes around. I need to turn my hips over and I hit with the top of my foot, the shoelace part. I come around and I kick across. I want to knock the person or target sideways. A front kick, I push them away. A roundhouse kick, I knock them sideways. Other way, I turn the other way. My hips have to go all the way over or I don't get the power that I want for a roundhouse kick. Side kick, I also turn sideways first, and then I push out with my heel, the bottom of my heel. A roundhouse kick's across on the way. A side kick turns sideways first and pushes through. One more time. Pushing my heel right through the person. It knocks him like a front kick does. Even harder, a side kick tends to be stronger than a front kick. It's a little slower though because I have to turn first before I can kick. Crescent kicks. A crescent kick makes a crescent shape. Okay, we have an inside crescent kick which uses the inside of my foot, and we have an outside crescent kick which uses the outside of my foot. Inside crescent kick, I'm going to bring my knee up and pull my foot across. My hips stay forward, but I knock it to the side just like my roundhouse kick does. I don't move my hips for this one, just my foot moves across. Outside crescent goes the other way with the outside edge of my foot, knocking it the other way. My hips stay forward. Front kick and crescent kicks. My hips stay forward. Side kick and roundhouse kick. My hips turn to the side. During the kick, for a roundhouse kick, or before for a side kick. We also have one more I'll show you, a hook kick or an S kick. It reaches out and hooks across. I learned this two ways. It's either the side kick that misses, so I pull it across, or it's kind of like the opposite of a roundhouse kick. Roundhouse kick goes this way, hook kick comes back with the back of my heel the other way. However you think about it. Okay, I'm sideways when I hit, and I'm pulling the back of my heel through. On a target, this gives me some resistance. Front kick, ball of the foot, pushing straight into the target, knocking it away from me. What do we do next? Roundhouse kick. Roundhouse kick, coming around, usually with the shoelaces, the top of the foot, knocking it that way. Or if it's the other leg, knocking it across. Side kick. I turn sideways first. But I'm pushing it the same way that a front kick would have pushed it. Side kicks can be nice and strong. Crescent kicks. We don't usually do crescent kicks on a target like this. We can hurt our knees if I slam into it. It's not meant for a big body shot. So we use the smaller handheld targets, or we just aim for this without actually reaching it. Okay, inside crescent kick comes across, outside crescent kick comes across the other way. S kick, same thing. We don't really use these big targets for body shots. It's more for a head shot or strategic, get the knees, get the groin, get smaller targets. We can touch it, but it's a momentum kick and it doesn't really slam into it. Unless I spin, unless I make it a wheel kick. A wheel kick spins around and can slam in kind of hard. Okay, but the basic S kick is more of a speed kick. Crescents and S's hit small targets. Front side roundhouse kicks can hit any kind of target, really. That's our basic intro to some of our kicks, not all of our kicks. The part of the foot that you use is important. If I do a front kick with my toes, I'm going to hurt myself. Okay? If I do an inside crescent kick with my heel, it's not lined up right, it's not a good kick. If I do it with the top of my foot, that's more like a roundhouse kick. So we need to know what part of our foot we're trying to hit with and what part of the body we're trying to aim for. Okay, as you get better, I don't just hit the body, I hit the solar plexus or the floating ribs, but not the sternum. Okay, we try to be strategic about what we're aiming for and what we're aiming with. Okay, it takes practice, but just realize that it's part of the calculation, part of the training, and as you practice more, you'll be able to pick groin, solar plexus, chin, whatever you're aiming for, and skip the parts in between. If we do a lot of stomach work, I can take a nice shot to my stomach, but I don't like a shot to my solar plexus. So that's what we aim for. Front kick, roundhouse, side kick, inside crescent, outside crescent, S kick.